Hey guys and gals, I got another one for you today. Today is going to be a 5-minute review of the Progetto and is it worth the grind? I had good reviews on the HMH 58 review. I feel like you guys like this comparison that I do. You guys, I don't want this to be the deciding factor whether you go down the Italian line or not, but I do hope that it gives you a little insight and comparisons whether you're going to like it or not. So first we're going to look at the Progetto's engine power, and I compare this to the Action 10. The difference is 65 kilometers an hour on the Progetto compared to the Action 10. Just remember the Action 10 also has better ground resistances here. So the Progetto is going to be a little bit slower than the Action 10, but it's probably the closest comparison to all the medium tanks. It's going to be middle of the pack. It's not going to be as fast as a Batch Hat, but it's not going to be as slow as a Patton. Next, we're going to go to gun handling, and honestly, I feel like this is probably one of the most important parts of the tank. So I compared this to the K91. The aim time's a little bit faster on the K91. The accuracy on the move and the turret rotation are slightly different between the two. So I feel like the K91 overall is a little bit better than the Progetto when it comes to gun handling, but it's going to be a good comparison. You can see even the 20 degrees of elevation and the 9 degrees of gun depression is on point here. I think this is going to be a nice sniping gun. Keep this thing at range. Obviously the armor is not the best. Alright, next we got the tracks, and less important obviously, but I look at the TVP here, and honestly I feel like when comparing the two, the TVP gets a lot of comparisons. So slightly better ground resistances for the TVP, but just remember the TVP also accelerates a bit quicker, but it also has 5 kilometers less top speed. Once again, when it comes to mobility, this tank isn't going to be a slouch, but it's also not going to be the fastest tier 10 medium tank in the game either. Alright, and then sticking with the TVP, we're going to go to the turret. Notably, the Progetto and the TVP are tied for the worst turret rotations for a tier 10 medium tank, and then also it's tied for the worst view range with the Russians and the Batch Hat. I don't think this is too devastating. You're going to play at range, so the turret rotation isn't that big a deal. In view range, you're going to be able to pump it up with equipment and crew skills, so I don't see that being a big problem either. Next, we're going to go to radio. Not going to spend a lot of time on here because nobody cares about the radio. It's got 750 meters of signal range. That's the exact same as the STB, as you can see here. If anyone takes into account what the radio range is when they look to buy a tank, you should let me know what I'm doing wrong. And what everybody is looking for, well, besides the reload time, which I don't have and I apologize, but we'll get to the ammunition. And I compare this to the Action 10, and penetrations are the same, and then velocities are close except for the Hesh and the HE. And the Action 10 has a little bit more damage. Obviously that's a balancing mechanic since the Action 10 doesn't have an auto reloader. Honestly, the velocity of the gun keeps it on track to being a long range sniper. With that velocity, you're not going to have to lead your targets as much. Maybe going to be the difference between hitting the guy's track before he can back off a ridgeline. Alright, so we get into the armor profile. I compare this to the TVP. I just feel like the Progetto is going to have obviously the lower silhouette with the higher angles, so you might be able to get more hull bounces. You're going to get some bounces off the turret, but don't count on this armor at all. Alright, then when it comes to concealment, it's actually on point with the 30B, which is exciting because the 30B is a sneaky tank, which once again encourages long range sniping in this tank. I compared this to a lot of tanks. You can't really put your thumb on exactly what the playstyle is going to be, but I feel like it's going to play more like the Leopard 1, which is kind of funny because I didn't compare it to the Leopard 1 in any of the stat categories. Are you going to like this line? I would say if you like Leopard 1, TVP, maybe a little bit of Batch Hat, it has some Centurion 1 qualities to it. So to answer the question, I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, the reload time is going to be a huge factor on whether you want to get this tank or not, but I just wanted to give you guys a stat comparison to other tier 10 mediums so you could maybe look at how it stacks up to the other ones and make an evaluation yourself whether you're going to go down this or not. As I go down the tech tree, I'll get you guys some Ace Tanker uploads, hopefully, and that's really all I got for you guys. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. I will catch you in the next video.